What's tea, y'all? I know some of you are out there right now having a hard time, having problems in your relationships, having trouble with life. Or maybe you're on social media swiping and swiping, thinking, why can't that be me? Why can't I do that? Well, I'm here to let you know that you can. This is Create Your Own Story with Terrell Garnett, where we not only help you create your own story, but we let you tell yours too. Let's get into it, y'all. What's good, y'all? So I'm back. I feel like I haven't done a podcast in a minute, even though they're pre-recorded, y'all. So that's why I feel like I haven't done one in a while. But I have, a special guest, like I always say. So I'm going to allow him to introduce himself now.
Oh, what's good, world? It's your boy Poster. I'm a record producer, songwriter, music producer, engineer. I do anything that need to get done to get the record popping.
I feel it. So can you tell a little of them, the people, a little bit of who you've worked with or what you work with, just so they can, recognize your music and stuff? I feel like the artists that I have on here are usually modest.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the placements I really be forgetting about them, but just some of my bigger placements, some of the big artists that I've worked with, Chris Brown, Travis Scott, Kirk Cobain, DJ Luke Nasty, Asia Epperson, Tracy T, Jadakiss, of course, D Block, DMX. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Like anybody, Sean Garrett, 7th Streeter, The Dream. Not right now, baby daddy doing the interview. Full-time dad, that's a big placement for me. So yeah, like just a lot. You know what I mean? I just try to get in as many rooms as possible.
That's awesome. See, some people, like the fact that you just seem so humble. You still grinding. And
Yeah.
that's amazing things. I know people that when they get on a record with somebody or they did a record with somebody, like it goes to their head. And even like, so for instance, I did a podcast with one of my favorite artists, Samo, back in April. And in January, I was like, that's my dream podcast guest. So then after I did it, I was just like, okay, so what's next? Like, okay, like
Yeah.
it doesn't stop there. Like, it's just like you're only as good as your last hit with some of these artists. So you just got to keep grinding. So I appreciate that and respect that.
No, I respect that with you. So just from there, kind of how I started was I was working with a few independent artists, went to Full Sail, graduated with recording arts, bachelor's, went back, got my master's in entertainment business, graduated, went back again and got my master's in digital marketing. And from there, the whole step of the way, I was kind of like mentored by Savon and Troy Marshall, who kind of run a lot of the things in the industry. Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Diddy, 50 Cent. Troy runs a whole lot of marketing over at Empire. So they've been kind of like weaning me and kind of getting me prepared for this industry and giving me the knowledge that I need. So throughout that, I became an engineer, met some people, linked up with Sean Garrett. I was Sean Garrett's personal engineer for 2 years, learned a lot. We had different business aspects, so it didn't work out and I moved on. But just from there, from that point on, when that deal situation didn't go through, I knew something had to change, like for real. Like I had just lost my house. I just lost my car. My girl was looking at me. She just had a baby. I had just graduated again. I'm looking like, damn, this shit is about to get real. It got real. We got into a hotel. And then from that point on, I just like something really, really got to fucking change. I'm just not doing, I got to do something different outside of just making my beats different or making them how they want. So I was just like, man, if Khaled doing this, I'm going to do that. My beats are great to stand on their own. So I just put them out. So I just started putting out beats. And I started seeing like 10, 20,000 streams every week. So I'm like, damn. Then I got hit with 2 editorial Spotify playlists. So I'm like, oh, okay, like this is a real thing. Like, I don't know if anybody noticed. So let me keep doing this. So then I reached out to DJ Luke Nasty. We met when I was working for Epic and Chubby Baby a few years ago. he had did a record on a beat, and I was like, hey, bro, let me grab this. I'm really trying to do this DJ Khaled thing, and no beef or nothing. But my thing is, I'm gonna take DJ Khaled out. Like, I feel like I can make better records with, a lot of better artists.
Yeah.
So, just, competitiveness just to keep me on my toes. So he was like, yeah, fuck it. Cleared the record, everything. Dropped it. We did like 100,000 streams in like 2-3 months. Under my name, Poster, not Luke Nasty. It was Poster featuring Luke Nasty. So I was just like, wow. So then I had my brother reach out to me, and it's crazy because I cannot remember his name. Preston, I believe. But he's the owner of a fashion line out in LA. He reached out to me and was like, look, I got this chick, I want her to work with you. I was like, cool. He flew her out here. This was the first time I was ever in control of a session. I met Asia. It was fucking like heaven. You get what I'm saying? We like meshed. I never like clicked with an artist like Asia. She's like a fucking angel. It's crazy. We got in the studio and we had like 4 or 5 records that we had submitted from, other people that we were going to cut on her. She just wanted to do something fresh. She had been going through a lot, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure she's done talking about it. But when everybody, the whole T.I., whatever scandal, blah, 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 she was really going through a lot. And I was with her at that time. And I remember I was working with Sean at that time. And Sean was telling me about his story when he went out to go work with Mary when she was going out through way different shit to that. But you get what I'm saying? Like depressive shit. And how he locked in and really got her, like really got that whole emotion. So, man, I had like a team of like 4 or 5 producers, 3 engineers, and like 2 A&Rs, 1 studio. We was locked in, bro. And like, it took like 2 years to get the record. And then like 6 months after that for me to get the confidence to drop it, because she had moved up from just a little girl in the back of Greenleaf to like the girl on Greenleaf. So I'm like, sheesh, like, this is a big record for like. So when you reached out and told me how you received it, like I was like, shit, that's mission accomplished. If it was just one person, like, you get what I'm saying, like it didn't matter, because bro, me and Asia was outside in the cars, like me and cried to each other about our emotions and our feelings and our relationships, and it was just like, this is what we came with. But now she's so damn busy with Greenleaf and all the other activism. I'm happy for her. I can't get her ass in the studio. So, but yeah, that was just really, really one of my highlights of my my whole entire career. Like working with Jadakiss and all that other stuff. That's cool. Like I love him. That's my godfather. I ain't gonna take nothing from him. But that being in control, I felt like Timbaland or Zaytoven or Sean Garrett shit, because I watched these producers take over the fucking room, and everybody listen to what they say. Direction, music, production, or like a Troy Taylor who does vocal production like religiously. Like you you can't mean like sing wrong with Troy. So I watched these guys take over the room, and I'm just like, wow, I got a star. Let me blow this up. Like, and it's like, what, we did that record in 2019, it's 2021, and I'm doing an interview on it now. Like, that just give me hope that maybe like in 4 or 5 more years, it might, this, that, and the third, it might pop, or it might do this and that and the third. But I definitely know that what I did with Asia is pushing me in the right direction. And I think that's what separates me from Khaled. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of people I can reach out to get features from and get them clear. I got a lot of people that owe me favors. You get what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, I'm tired of that. Like, you get what I'm saying? And we'll go on a whole nother rant on another podcast when we got like drinks and alcohol and we can be open. But no, like, I just felt like I could do something different. Like, even when we first started our conversation, when you were telling me like, oh, I didn't feel like I could do that or this, that, I was like, do what music? This shit is too easy. What you want to do? Make beats, write records? Like, what we doing? Because I'll lock in with you. We'll do it, because I think anybody, I think it's, everybody feel like this music industry is for everybody, but it's not. But if you're supposed to be here, it's like everybody knows that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why you have K Michelle and all these artists reaching back out to you. Yeah. It's not like, you get what I'm saying? You wasn't doing a podcast then, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's something about you that makes you belong here. And that's how I felt that's how I feel when I'm in these rooms with these celebrities. Because I be nervous. When I met Snoop Dogg for the first time, He passed me a blunt. I swear I thought I was gonna squeal or just be like freeze up. Cause we talk about Uncle Snoop, but like, he just dapping me up, talking to me, gave me his info. Like I had belonged there. And I was just like, nah, my weird ass is supposed to be amongst these weird ass motherfuckers. I know you look at celebrities and you be looking like at something like, yo, y'all niggas is weird as fuck about what y'all be doing sometimes. This is not normal behavior for a human being sometimes, how some of these celebrities be acting, but you know that come with the fame and blah blah.
Yeah, I feel that 100%. No, I know I've been in a lot of like different rooms that nobody knows about, and it was funny. I was just talking to one of my bros earlier, or whatever, and we were talking about Notorious, and I was like, oh, the girl that played Little Kim, Notori, Tasha on a Power.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I met her or whatever. She's real nice or whatever. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, it just happened. I was at Roscoe's at the same time she was, and it was like right before she was in Notorious, so before her acting career like kind of blew up or whatever. And I just recognized her from 3LW. So like and that's probably like the last time I took a picture with a celebrity, because I don't take pictures with them because I always think like I'm not no fanboy, so you is just like me.
Yo, I got the weirdest story about celebrities taking pictures, bro. So I'm at an event with my bro Swift. He was signed to Epic at the time. And we was on tour with Cardi B and another male artist. I'm not gonna say his name. He's an R&B singer. And he's like, anyway. So one of my bros had did like 2 singles for him. So when I introduced myself, I'm like, yo, what's good? You work with my brother E Sharp. He did this, that, and the damn. Everybody gonna know it from there. You work with my bro, and he was like, da 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 da. Blah. Long story short, we was chopping it up, and he was like, you want to take a picture? And I looked at him because I was taller than him, and I'm like 5'6", maybe 5'7" on what's like some Jordans on and some shit. I'm just looking back, and I'm like, why would I didn't, like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and at the time, he wasn't even like, that was just crazy to me. So ever since that experience, the last celebrity I took a picture with was Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Like, that's a real, like, that ain't even a celebrity, that's an icon.
Yeah.
So like, if it's like somebody like that, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna snap it, because that's a moment. Like, you get what I'm saying? But some shit like that behind stage, all that, nah, because we done been in too many people's houses comfortably.
Exactly.
Like, you get what I'm saying? To be looking like a fan out here to somebody that we just here for.
Exactly. I remember when I went to when I met Brandy. Was like at some house party that Stacy Barth was doing, and she came in, and I'm like to Mel and Sky, I'm like, hey, that's Brandy. They're like, that's not Brandy. I'm like, that's Brandy. Like, how you gonna tell me? And so like I didn't say anything to her at all. And then at the very end of the night, like I was like, I can't, because she's looking at me. I'm like, I cannot leave this house without talking to Brandy,
Yeah.
So I went up to her and talked to her for a little while, but I'm like, that's the one person I probably should have asked for a picture.
Yeah.
But I got the memory, and then months later, I actually met her mom and her daughter walking through the mall in LA, and her mom, when I tell you, like, with certain people, like I was saying earlier with K. Michelle, like, what you see is what you get. But with her mom, she on the show that they had with Ray J, like, she just seemed like she'd be so mean and rude. And I'm like, hi, Mrs. Norwood. She grabbed my hand, and literally we're holding hands walking through the mall talking. Like, so nice. So you never know how someone's actually going to be, like, it's not always what you see on TV.
No, it's definitely not.
But before we continue, I do want to play the record with you and Asia. I was actually going to play this last, but since we talked about it, I might as well play it now. So let's get into it.
Things were going crazy lately. Can't do the math. The way I'm feeling really ain't me. Don't know the half. The shit been fucking up my energy down through my legs. I'm tripping, I'm falling. falling, I'm fading so fast. Can't believe I went down that road. Maybe it's time to pull up and let go. 'Cause I swear the wrong direction. I think I learned my lesson. It's crazy you played me when I done it all. I thought we had perfection. You said I was your best friend, but you showed me different, and I've had enough. I can't fuck with you no more. Can't sit through the heart no more. I'm so done with these games. Can't lay next to you no more. Nothing is the truth no more. I'm so done with these games. Don't know where you've been lately. Can't do the math. You're telling me that I'm crazy, and we both know that isn't true. You can't deny that. I'm done with all your bullshit. You can stay where you at. Can't believe I went down that road.
And that's Asia. It's Posta featuring Asia Epperson, No More. So get that if you haven't yet. Love that record. So it's for me when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, Dan, I had this song on repeat because it's an easy to listen to record, and she sounds good. Like, if she ever really comes out with this stuff, she'd be like our new age Toni Braxton, and I know she's gotten that several times, but
Listen, man, I call Asia at least like once a month begging her, like, let's do this. But listen, one thing I can say is she knows those acting checks are way more than these music checks. Less work too, probably. So I can't be mad at her. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, where the money resides. And music's one of those things that you actually gotta to love. There's so many people that
I know she loves music, but I wouldn't leave acting to come do a whole album with Poster yet. Like, you get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be like, you get what I'm saying? I want like what her last record came out like when she was on American Idol.
Yeah, like a little.
You get what I'm saying?
So that, it wasn't even on those streaming platforms. Like, it literally. She was
you get what I'm
with
saying?
Adonis, I believe.
So now it's just like, all right, cool. Like, this is gonna get discovered, but I'm gonna get another one with her.
Yeah,
like,
and a lot of people, like her fans now, don't even know that she sings because they know her from Green Leaf and everything.
They don't. So you get what I'm saying? It's gonna take time, but once I get in and start getting out there to LA and keeping up with her schedule, I'm gonna really lock in with her, and we're gonna go really crazy.
That's for sure. Well, I do have a few questions because, I always got to have a few questions just to get everything rolling and whatnot. But I know we were talking about mental health earlier before we started the podcast, but my question is, what do you feel your self-worth is based on?
Sheesh. Did not know this was turning. I'm going to make sure I get you my Ambetter insurance when we get off of this guy, because good God. Woo! What do you think my self-worth is? I think it's just me. Like, I just know what I bring to the table. I know what I can do. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I know what I'm worth. Like, if I'm a part of a team, if I'm a part of a writing camp, if I'm a part of anything, like, I just know what I bring to the table or what I contribute to that table. Because a lot of the people I work with are way bigger artists or way bigger producers than me or have more accolades or gold and platinum.
Yeah.
Yet, we still kind of play on the same playing field. Like, you get what I'm saying? I wanted to send you my single with Bobby Love, who is Chris Brown's main writer. He does like all his writing. We have a record called No Cap. Just like that alone, like, this is a platinum writer who I convinced to give me a record.
Yeah.
To put out. Like, you get what I'm saying? He could have did that, grabbed anybody and put on that guy, but they literally waiting on me. So I just know what I bring to the table because of what value everybody sees in me. Because they might not necessarily do me right in the end, but like that initial first interaction, you know how it is when it's just like, all right, cool. You meet Drake, and Drake is like, we about to do this, and you're gonna do that, and you're gonna do that. And them first 30 days that you with him, you was off. Mom, kid, it don't even matter. You could die. You're just going.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, all right, cool. This is a lot to do. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I done been on tour where I've been the driver, the road manager, the guy that collected the money, an engineer, security, look at my small ass, counseling when we getting too drunk and everybody crying and wanting to fight. Yo, I've had to wear so many different hats when I've only just signed up to do one thing. And when I meet bigger people like me, like a Troy Marshall or something like that, they'd be like, yo, you literally do everything. Like, I don't need to, like, I just get the bag that way. So I just know what I bring to the table because there's nothing I can't or will not do. Okay, or the resources. Like, you get what I don't do podcasts or do stuff like that. But guess what? Somebody hit me up for a podcast. Guess on heading up.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm the same way. That, like, I feel like that's why I worked well in the music industry because it's not always what like I know, but I'm like, but I'll know how to get it. I know how to get it done. I may not know how to do that specific thing, but I can really
say it's like a talent or like a gift or anything. I just know what I'm willing to do to get it. Yeah. If I feel like it's worth it to me, I'm gonna give that person or that situation my all. So my worth is however much I feel like it's worth to me at the time. Yeah. But if I'm in here by myself, like I'm gonna do it for my girls, my family every time. If I had to had to pick something, but outside of that, motivation is my family and my kids. I won't even work if my household ain't in order because I can't function unless it, like, you get what I'm saying? Everybody's happy. Wifey, kids, everybody.
Yeah, I feel that. I've had it. So prior to, so I took a little hiatus from my podcast. Granted, I pre-recorded, so I had stuff in the vault or whatever, but I had took a hiatus because I had some stuff. An ex-friend had lied, called the cops on me, said that I was like doing some stuff. When I mean there was like at least 6 cop cars for me, and my little underage cousin said that there was 5 dudes in the car, black dudes in the car. Like you trying to get me killed, like, kind of thing. That's how I take it, with the climate that we're in or that we've always been in, but that it's so focused on now. I'm just like, oh, so you really, that shit like really mess with my mental. So I'm just like, I can't even do anything for me or with the podcast or with anything else or whatever, because I need to get me straight in order before I can even focus on something else.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people that I work with, because, like, shout out to my girl Rosie and shout out to Tamel. I had to shout them out. I work with Tamel a lot. They tell me all the time, like, Poster, you don't gotta work. Like, I have a very big catalog of production and records with, like, a lot of people that just sound as new as day. But it's like, you don't have to work. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I just always in work mode, fight. Like, I don't want to ever be back in a hotel. I don't ever want to do this and that and the third. I'm just like, nah, I got to do something. But when I sit back and look at it, I look at my hard drive, I'm like, nah, I just got to meet the right person to hear the right thing. Even if it's just like I told somebody today, because, Kanye's out here in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I was like, I'm going to pack up my whole studio, get a fucking generator. We going out there and we banging beats. And he's going to come. He's going to bring, he ain't got no choice but to bring his ass. I don't know what side he's on, but we going to just do it. Like, he's coming at some point, but we were joking. But I was like, he going to come out. Like, you get what I'm saying? But that's what I feel like it takes. It's not just the simple, like, yo, I don't watch A&R's drop the ball on my music. And then I'll go back to that same person one-on-one and they get my energy because I created it. Or, I have my team in here. We created this. So,
yeah, I've seen how people people have a hit record. Like, it's just a hit. Don't matter who you put it on, it's a hit record. But you don't push it and it does nowhere. Like, I was talking to somebody the other day about LaToya Luckett and her first album, because it's been like 15 years now. And I'm like, if she would have released Obvious as the second single, it was another slow record. But if she would have released that record second, she'd probably be focused solely on music right now. Because that record is just that good. B. Cox did it. It's just that, and it went perfect with the other one, but they went with the label went with She Don't, and I'm just like, yeah. And then she was in Destiny's Child with Beyonce. Put the bag behind her, because you're gonna make a whole bunch of money off of that. Just solely off of, even if she couldn't sing, like, just solely off of that.
Yeah. But listen, man, now listen, they get real freaky when it comes to these records and picking it on these artists. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I done been in situations where I might have sent this record off for Cardi, and then but they want to send it to maybe Kalani writers, and I'd never even heard Kalani on this, and I was like, where are we going with this, guys? Because this is the whole like you get what I'm saying? Like it just be a whole different. Nobody really be having control except like Drake and Chris Brown. These niggas that be dropping all these random, you know what I mean? But I've been wanting to make like timeless music since I've been in this, so that's why I'm really patient. I'm really patient, and I'm just really be chilling because it takes time to make like timeless music. Like we were going through samples today, and not to even give up who we were sampling because it's really nobody's sampling this guy. It's just like damn, like we in 2021, we trying to get this to go with that, like that type of music. Just like you can't go back in 10, 15. You can't even tell me the last like few songs from the last 10 years. But if we talk about high school, middle school, well, we could go down an entire. That was an era. Drumline, it was Drumline. Drumline kept it up. Like when Drumline came out, music it took it off.
Yeah.
Like to a different level because it kept it going. It gave it a different type of home that most people didn't know about. You know what I mean? So you don't have no real control. You just got to play the game until you get in control. But that's why I've been doing this, dropping the records with the artists, because nobody tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Like when I was working with Asia, like even when we was in the studio with Asia, even when I'm in the studio with Tamel or even Rosa, they'll tell every other producer, like, y'all let my producer supposed to do whatever he want. You might be a little orthodox. You might be a little Kanye. But trust me, this shit is going to work. Just follow his lead. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I be doing my own. I've literally been in the studio with other producers, and it might be my fear from people for being let down for so many people in the industry and only coming to work with who I came to fucking work with.
Yeah.
But I'll zone out the whole fucking room and only see you, and only be like, I'll engage and do all this, but like mentally and spiritually, I'm just here with you, bro. Like you just got me here in a room with a bunch of people, and I know that comes off like, oh, cocky, this, that, and the third, but people let you down. People don't work as hard as you, and you end up. We ain't in high school no more. I'm not doing the fucking science. Most of the science project ain't getting up, and we all get 100, my nigga.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be 50-50, or if you bring in like a connect side to the table, then I understand. But if you just like here, nah, bro.
Nah,
a lot of these people just be here.
Nah, I've witnessed that recently with I don't want to say no names, but artists that I work with, and like they got beats, they've recorded the records or whatever, and the producer really didn't think it was going to be a hit until that person actually put their spin on it, and they're like, oh, it's a hit, and then they end up selling the record to somebody else that's a bigger artist up from under them, and it's like, you didn't even think it was a hit until I did what I did on it.
Until I touched it.
So I know I get it. You can't really. That's the one thing. The music industry is this snake. So I am lucky to have met people like Rosie and Tamel where it ain't even about the music or about like when I first.
They go off of energy.
Exactly.
If your energy don't even work. Rosie be telling me stories about times when she be in some crazy sessions. She'd be like, posting her energy was off. I did what I had to do, but big bro, I was ready to go as soon as I walked in. And I'd just be like, Rosie, you hell. Like, but it be real. Like, Tamel is the same way. Like, y'all be having Tamel pull up to the home studio. Like, you get what I'm saying? Record it humbly. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I have the Tamel on. Like, you get what I'm saying? She's recorded records here. Like, you get what I'm saying? We could be anywhere in Atlanta. Yeah. But she loves for me to be in my space. And that's what I love for people. If you all right with being in my space, then I'm going to make this your space. Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, because literally, I feed off of my family. Yeah. Like, it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you know how Goku used to be in Dragon Ball Z? Somebody fuck with Gohan, that nigga will fuck some, like, that's how I am about my family. But just, I use them believing in me and me believing in myself to just be like, we can take it up a whole another notch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel that. So the next question I have for you is, which mistake / lesson do you feel you have made or still make over and over again? I'll tell you mine, but you can go first.
Believing your goddamn idols is gonna do you right. God damn it. That's what it is. Nah, my biggest mistake is not knowing, like knowing a lot, but not knowing enough to get me out to not see that I put myself on some bullshit. And I ain't never make that mistake ever again.
Yeah.
Ever again. I had signed some shit. Long story short, uh, I had got into some crazy rooms at one point in time, and it's the production and publishing game like that now, where it's kind of like you don't necessarily got to have the placement. If you get the call, if they make the call and they be like, yeah, he did this and he did that, he did this and he did that, bro, that's all you needed to get the deal. Like, you get what I'm saying? That was enough to at least get you 50, 60,000 because you have a relationship that they might necessarily have at that time. Like, you get what I'm saying? Or they want a record or whatever the case may be. So I was working with Travis Scott or Astro World, the original one. So a lot of people don't know that there are two versions of Astro World. There's the Astro World that I worked on with Travis Scott with a lot of unknown producers. Because at the time Astro World was being made, he was beefing with another set of producers, which made no producers fuck with him. Except, the producer that he had, Mike D and all of this, that, and the third. But then they got cool, whole album got changed, and you had Astro World. But I was a part of that whole entire process. And just, watching that go down and understand and not even being mad, just understanding that but I didn't have those relationships.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? I didn't have those type of relationships yet, but I'm in the room. Like, you get what I'm saying? And instead of me pushing myself off on an A&R or showing my talent or what I bring to the table like I did in my first fucked up situation, I sat back, played it cool, and just kept the contact. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you get what I'm saying? I still send them beats. We still work. Nothing is stuck. But at this point, like, it's just stories to tell my kids. I got records. I'm like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just learning from that mistakes. Man, you don't learn nothing in this industry till you sign 100% of your publishing away and not know it and think you about to get a deal. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, like you sign 100% and like 3 other niggas are splitting that 100% and selling it to other labels. So you just like be a holdout. Like your whole publishing be a holdout. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, man, that was just probably the scariest wake up call, because if had even one record at that time went through with the artists that I was working with or the rooms that I was allowed in, I'll be asked out millions of dollars, bro.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars. Like, you get what I'm saying? Millions and millions. My bro Ray, shout out to Register Ray out of Jersey, who put me on to the Travis Scott joint. Bro, first BMI check was like 50, 60,000 out the gate. No bullshit. Like, just not before BMI even came to him with money. Like, you get what I'm saying? He already had the check, already had that hit. Bro, I ain't heard not even like on no funny shit. I have not even heard from my bro since. Like, you get what I'm saying? I haven't heard. He ain't worked. The last time I heard from him is that he said he was working on Pop Smoke, and that was it. But he had to move to like Key West and shit off of Astro World, because he was like brothers with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
He had just brought me in. Yes, baby. Go brush your teeth then, baby. Such a brilliant child. But he brought me in. But bro, when you get the one, if you get the check before they come to you, boy, they'll come to you with some, because they don't want these records out there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even my records with Asia and Luke Nasty and all these little artists that got, maybe situations with Empire or 300 or whoever, they be reaching out to me and being like, yo, bro, like, what we nah, bro, I'm cool. Because I really own 100% of the record.
Yeah,
like, you get what I'm saying? And from that 100%, I make sure that my artists eat. I make sure that my producers eat. I make sure that we all songwrite, so everybody eats. And, I make sure my engineers get paid. I make sure that, shout out, I don't work with him anymore, but shout out to OG out at Ready Rock. He facilitated that whole entire situation. Let me come do the whole record, no pro bono. He just believed in me at the time. Didn't have the money. We fell out. I handle business. He still got his 25% from production and writing. You
That's
get
what's
what I'm
up.
saying?
Yeah.
That might not be what he wanted, but that was probably more than what I was gonna. He wasn't gonna get nothing if I was paying for it. So you get what I'm saying? So you went, you learn from that shit, and you just got to level up and boss up and make sure that nobody can one up you. Some L's you gotta take. Like I've took some L's on like on some big albums over the last few years. Chris Brown's album, mm, a few albums that I've been in situations where I've sent records to people and they don't chime back in or they just take the credit. And then sometimes you just chuck that shit. I got like 5-6 major placements, plaques probably. I just say that I look at it every day, and it's just like, all right, cool. Do I be this guy that is not even known yet and disrupt a whole fucking camp and a whole label over one record?
Yeah.
Because I want, just keep working, chocolate. And I know I'm gonna probably put my foot in my mouth over this interview where we popping champagne on a yacht somewhere in a few years. But like right now, I don't want that type of heat. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
could
that.
you imagine, like, if it's not that big of a deal, you being like bitching about like a K Michelle record and you are the cause of the whole album being down? I don't want to be that nigga.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want, nobody wants to be. Everybody be wanting to be that guy, but nobody wants to be that guy. I'll play that game with independent artists though every day though. I'll get their whole album pulled down. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Like quick. Like y'all, if y'all steal our records, like we're going off. But nah, we don't want to be that guy. I just learned from that real hard, bro, and just said I'm never gonna sign anything ever again unless it got a check to it, like right there in front of me. I don't got nobody promised me shit.
I feel
Like
that.
you get what I'm saying? So let me hear yours because I know it has to be crazy, equally crazy or crazier.
Mine's is not putting myself first. I feel that.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I still have to remind myself because I like helping other people. I mean, the stuff that I do for a living is helping other people, and I definitely enjoy that. But sometimes it's at the expense of myself, and just even relationships that I've had, friendships and stuff that I've had, where I've gone above and beyond, and then I sit back and realize like, you wouldn't even do a fraction of what I do for you, or even when
So
I'm
how did you
winning.
put yourself first? Not to cut you off, because I feel like that's my biggest problem. Is how do you be selfish and put yourself first? Because I feel like when I do it, it doesn't never work out like how I want. So I just go back to helping fucking people because I don't like forcing myself to like be selfish because it's not who you are. Like you get my bro
nature.
Literally just told me today, he was like, bro, you can't help it. You help people. You literally can't help it. I'm literally like, I cannot help it. I literally talk too much, or I'll make the call, or I'll get the email up, or I'll make the relationship. And it's just like, you just can't stop that, bro. You just got to be okay with
I've had to learn
if somebody run off on you.
Yeah, like I have to learn to, like, people like that do some dirty stuff. I'm like, well, you didn't do me dirty, because regardless of the fact I'd still do the same exact thing 10 times over. So, like, that's just my heart. You don't feel like you got one over on me because you didn't. That's just who I am. But I literally had to, like, be like, okay, learn how to say no. Like, and that shit is sometimes hard because I be feeling bad. But then, but at the same time, it's like people will make you feel bad for some shit that they wouldn't even do for you. Yeah, like straight up. So I've had I had to end friendships because of the same thing or whatever. Or now what I've learned to do too with certain people is I'll say no before you even ask me. Because if I don't know about what you're gonna ask me, I don't feel bad about saying no.
Yeah.
Like, don't even tell me because I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Like, don't ask.
That makes sense.
But you don't even know. Doing that. But you don't even know what's gonna ask. It doesn't matter. The answer's no.
I don't even want to deal with it.
Yeah, because then you're going to say it. I'm still not going to want to do it. But because I know now, I feel bad and feel guilty if I don't do it for you. So I'm going to end up doing it.
True.
Even though I don't want to.
True.
So I've had to, so like, even that's one of the reasons why I stopped wanting to do stuff in the music industry. Because I'm like even with working with Tamel, like, we're friends first. So I found her off of YouTube, like back in 2008, and built the relationship from that. And then I was just like, okay, well, I really don't want to be behind the scenes. Like, I feel, and she's always told me, always hyped me up. Like, I'm like, oh, then you need to have like your own show. You need to do something or whatever. Like, I see that for you in your future. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not trying to be your assistant for forever. Like, not that there's anything wrong with being an assistant by all means, where you, no matter where you work at, like, you be the best that you can be. But that just wasn't for me. Like
disclaimer, Age. I told Age I'm doing an interview and we talk about no more. And she said she said we're about to do more music. She has some free time coming up.
What's up.
I'm getting my schedule together and I'm gonna figure out time for me and you to get together, even if you have to come here.
That's what's up.
So there we go.
Mm-hmm.
It might take another 2 years though, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be way better. I'm way more confident than what I was 2 years ago. So no.
I know. I haven't spoken with Asia since probably her car accident.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah. So, but no,
I remember telling me about that. So my question is, are you gonna tap in with me and work on me with this record?
Yeah, for real.
No, yeah, because my sessions be open. Listen, if you dope, you in there. I already be having my dream team. Like, you get what I'm saying? I had to remove some people from my dream team. Right now, we got Rosie and my girl C-Pen starting. We had to get rid of the three other starters. But boy, listen, man. Let's go. I need some writers, bro.
Yeah,
I need writers. I need anybody that does anything.
I haven't written in God knows when. It's funny. Who was it? I think it was one of my friends that wants to link up to do some type of, I don't know what he really wants to do, to be honest with you, but he wants to collaborate with me in some type of way. And he's like, oh yeah, you write. And I'm like, how do you know I write? Like,
it's just you kind of hear it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't tell nobody that. Like, I haven't written in God knows when. Like,
I kind of just did that on you too.
Yeah,
because you never told me you wrote for K Michelle. You just said you worked.
Yeah. So I'm just like,
I hear it.
Yeah, but like even Tamel, none of them, they don't know none of that stuff. Cause I don't be like, I'm just like, it's not for me no more. Like, I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. Like, like, and I'm content. Like, I had a conversation with Crystal Tamara that used to be in Sophia Fresh when I had her on my podcast. And I was like, yeah, I always wanted to work some sort of music industry, and I wanted to have like my own talk show or TV show or some sort, because I feel like I have the personality for that. Yeah. And then I like had epiphany, and I'm like, well, shit, I'm helping you out right now, like promote your music, and I have a show right now. I'm just like, oh shit, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah. But like, I'm already opening the door to what I wanted to do in the first place, and I didn't even freaking realize it. But yeah, we're gonna talk some more after the podcast.
Yeah.
But let me play another one of your records. I'm gonna play "Do It" featuring DJ Luke Nasty.
I sent the clean. I made sure I sent the clean version of everything. I just found out Asia cursed in her other record today. I didn't even know we slid. Like, she slid in bullshit. So I was like, oh, this is my Angel curse. Oh my god,
that's funny.
Slide. So you got the clean version of that choice.
Well, here's the record, and yeah, this is the clean version because I listened to it beforehand.
Do it for the check, do it for the check, yeah, do it on it, yeah, do it, I said do it on it, yeah. She an info, she love the she an info, she love the she an info, she love the yeah. Let me stop playing, let me get it for real. No, she want a nigga, watch her lick a lip. Baby, what you drink, what you mix it with? Say that she my missus, cause she missed it. Say she missed the drip, suited up like Mr. Biggs. But I'm my chain on, you know it's only right. Told her calm down, girl, you know it's only ice. Know that I've been gone, but you kept that tight. And you got that act right, changing life. Tell me what's the price, I'm in town for the night. Do it for the check, yeah. Do it for the check, yeah. Do it on it, do it, I said do it on it, yeah. She an info, she love the she an info, she love the info, she love the yeah. I can get used to this. I remember when I used to
That's supposed to do it, featuring DJ Luke Nasty. It's funny. Before we got on the podcast, I was playing the records and I was on the phone with my brother, and he's like, "Oh damn, that's about to be my theme song."
Yo, listen, man. I haven't. A lot of these records, I think, are gonna have like. I'll be back in 15. A lot of these records, is, like I said, we gave the story earlier with Luke, but a lot of these records are just like they just got their time. Like you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Some records will just take time. Like might take about 5-10 years for me to get that put to the book. I think Do It is at like 1 million streams right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Like you get what I'm saying.
You never know what's
Asia's
gonna. You never know what's gonna
like
hit.
you get what I'm saying.
Like there's records.
And my marketing is different because I really don't market to like how I don't do my digital marketing how like normal artists would do it. I really be taking their fan base and their locations and I just key in on theirs and I make them, fall in love with my music and then from there, then I'll go out.
Yeah.
Like you get a lot of the artists like Asia, Luke Nasty, these are international, not just international artists. I mean international, like or known artists in the States. These are people that are known internationally.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I could go, and I think Luke Nasty did like a show in Dubai or somewhere, some country over there, keyed in over there. While he was over there, would do it. Numbers went crazy. Like you get it, because at the time, that's where that is.
Yeah.
Like you get what I'm saying? So
that's crazy. I know there's but you never know what's gonna hit. I know, like I was talking to somebody about God, I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong, but what is it, Giovanni? I don't know his name.
I know you're talking about Giveon.
Yeah, whatever. However he pronounces his name. Dope Tone. But anyways, I was saying like, because they're like, oh yeah, that song's big, and I'm like, well, that song's been out for a cool ass minute. I was like, he released 2 EPs and then put them together and released an album and added like a song or two. Like after that song actually blew up later, and the same with what's her name, LMA. Like her song Boot Up or whatever it's called. That song was out for 2 years before it actually blew up.
Yeah.
So you really never know what's gonna hit. And someone tweeted, who was it? Someone popular, famous. Who the hell was it? I don't remember who it was, but they tweeted about like before you actually give an opinion on records or whatever, at least listen to them a couple times or listen to the album, a couple times before you even give an opinion. And it's true. I remember watching this interview with, because I watch all of Janet Jackson's interviews because I'm going to have her on my show one day. Speak that into existence.
Claim it.
But I always watch her interviews and she was saying that that's the way that love goes, that people didn't get it at first and it didn't blow up until like months and months later, after they had released it as a single, because people just didn't fool with it at first.
They didn't register.
Yeah, sometimes you do got to listen to a record a couple times, or at least listen to the beat, or lyrically, that's why you like the record, or whatever the case is. So it's pretty cool. But one of my favorite questions that I ask everybody, if you had 10 minutes with God, what would be the one question you asked him?
I mean, all my questions would be answered at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, within the first second of like him showing, like, all right, cool, like, I'm God. I'm like, all right, everything, like, literally everything. Like, there's really no question. There's really no questions. Like, what really would went through my mind is like, damn, I fucked up. Like, sheesh, this is real. I thought, like, you get what I'm saying? I think my real question would be to ask him, like, is this energy shit real? Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, the whole meditation, vibration, 5D, 4D, is that real? Is that, like, you get what I'm saying? Or you, like, I don't know, my perception on God is a lot different from a lot of people. It's kind of a little Kanye-ish. So, no, because I like to think that we are in his image. So I like to think that, like, yeah, if we die, we would just kind of like be on our own and recreate our own universe and that thing. But then as I've grown spiritually, within my own, like getting my own mind and kind of getting away from the Christian lifestyle, because they kind of push me away from the church.
That's a white
I kind of just found this like just fulfillment and just believing the energy, like not putting like you get what I'm saying. And with me doing music and all that, like now I'm just like, my bad, that was thunder. I don't know where that came from. With me being cautious, I try to be real cautious with even try how I make my music, because I'm like, I've been getting a lot of placements lately. Like,
Mm.
and I know it's not because I'm looking better or anything, or I got to change, because none of that has happened. But I really feel like because I've been trying to make more positive sounding music, or putting that positive frequency in there, or that empathy, or that whatever emotions I want to portray. And Rosie, I'll tell you, every record Rosie or Tamel ever wrote to, whatever they wrote about, that's exactly what I was going through at the time, and they had no idea. Like, you get, it'd be spot the fuck on, like just terrifyingly spot on, and I just be like, oh, so that would be my question for God, because I just be playing with it sometimes, because I really feel like I put my emotions in my music, especially God. Hey,
Is that
I
thunder?
really feel like I put, yes, that's thunder.
Damn.
I hope that's in the clip with all this is going
Yeah,
on.
that's a sign that
But
you're on the right
we
journey.
might be on the we might be on the right track.
Yeah.
But I like to think that, you know, that it has to ask. I will ask him about the energy, like what is right, because like when I'm really frustrated, bro, and I get down, I really go to a quiet place and I breathe, like, and I calm myself down. And sometimes I get these little urges in the middle of my head. Or I feel this weird, just all this sudden vibration. And then I got this energy to just go be creative, or to go do something, or feel something. Or, like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'd be really like, that's my question for him. Is like, all right, cool. Have we really been blinded to really be like, you get what I'm saying? They still ain't figured out how the fuck they put pyramids up in Egypt yet.
Yeah, for
like,
real.
you get what I'm saying? So
you know what's so crazy too that I was thinking about the other day? I said 75% of the earth is surrounded by water, and they've only discovered 9% of the ocean. So why the fuck are they not searching more about the ocean, and they all the way out in outer space looking at Mars and shit? Because
the people, shit could be coming from the ocean. Well, like, you
exactly.
I thought about that before too. Like, you get what I'm
y'all
saying?
Be focusing
like,
on you focusing on stuff that's so far out from there, but you ain't even focusing on the stuff that's in our Earth, like Bermuda Triangle shit and all that other stuff. Like,
I seen a meme the other day that said, when the aliens come, they're gonna tell us that we stupid because we the only beings that pay to stay on Earth.
No,
and
I
said, damn, that's true. Like, got nobody on this shit. Like, we really do be paying to stay here for no fucking. I get it. Like, you paying people to do what they got to do, but like, a lot of this shit be running. A lot of this shit are running automatic.
But even then,
like, you get what I'm saying?
If you go to a different country, a lot of their colleges is free. Like, you just go for free.
Yeah.
We pay for that shit, so they just we're slaves.
That would be my question. That would be my question for God, because it's just, I do believe that you can think and grow yourself rich. Like, I do believe that you can.
100%.
I really like, because if you could psych yourself out to do, like, kill somebody, you could definitely psych yourself out to, like, work towards the right way of getting rich. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you know what you got to do. You know what you bring to the table. So that would be my question to God. It's like, all right, cool. Is this energy thing real? But then again, like I said, if I seen him, that would literally answer every question I could possibly, because most of the questions that we have for him are not like real questions, because if we see him, that answers everything that we could possibly have. That's true. Every question that you could possibly have.
There's like some stories that because I like research and stuff and stuff, but like they're like, just even the story of, like, I don't want to turn anybody off because I do believe in God and all that good stuff, but even some of the stories, like, of Jesus and stuff like that, there's other stories of different people that was before the whole Jesus that have the exact same storyline. Like, and there's proof that they were actually on this earth as well. So it's like, God doesn't make any mistakes, but, like, so did you just wipe everybody clean and say, you know what, back to the drawing board, let me start again? Like, like,
that's how you got to think about it. Like, yo, I thought, like, as a child, like, as a teenager, when I started learning about it, like, anatomy and, like, science and, like, the body and all that, I was just like, what if this nigga just had dirt in his eye? He just put water in his eye. I know that's just not crazy as hell, but I was just like, it's just like, modern medicine has advanced so far. It's just like, could y'all have just been, like, just maybe a little tad bit dirty? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, because if I walk around outside, and that's just the humorous side of it. Like, I just be like, but I thought about that as a child. Like, damn, like, what if he just had picked the water out of the thing and it was just sour at the time? Like, you get just like, you know, things gonna happen, but then it just be funny. But that's I do that to believe, like, because you can't, like, I didn't like how I was raised, like, with religion and all that other good jazz. Like, it was just like put on you, just God, is that the third?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way in the hell God don't have a sense of humor. It might not be like like it might not be a super sense of humor, but some stuff I know he got to be out there chuckling about, like, these
I
niggas are fucking
definitely,
retarded.
because some of the stuff that I be saying be out of pocket, and I have to watch myself on this podcast because I'm not, cancel culture is a thing now, and I don't want to be a
Yeah,
cancel before I actually make it big.
yeah,
But like some of the stuff that I'm just like even with the thing with the baby where he made that comment, like I, I didn't take it so negatively, but I understand why people did take it negatively. But I'm like, the whole thing about the AIDS and HIV, like anybody can have that. He didn't direct that to gay people, so
yeah,
like it's like a hit dog will bark. Like some people, like the world right now is so freaking sensitive.
yeah. I was just about to say that super sensitive.
Yeah, like for like a lot of the stuff that was said back in the day, like there's no way you could say that shit now.
Yeah.
Cause
I was just listening to the Breakfast Club today. Like, I think it was like it wasn't Ron Artest, but they were talking about the Ron Artest fight in the
yeah, I seen a
NBA.
clip of that.
And he asked them, and he was like, well, you think they would be as harsh and suspend somebody for 30 days? He was like, nah, they'd be super lenient because of how they'll just how the black culture will just
Yeah,
shut the whole fucking NBA down. Like, but it's just like, nah, some of that shit, you just gotta chuck it up to the game.
exactly. Well, my last question I ask you is one of my favorites. Is if you can have three people to sit down and talk to, doesn't matter if they're dead and gone or now they still living. Three people. Who would it be, and what would you talk to them about?
Kanye, his mental health, like just mental health in general, just to get his aspect on it. My mother, I don't know, I just kill to see her again. Um, Third person, Benny the Butcher. And I know that shit is random as hell, but I only say that because I've recorded him and I've sat in sessions with him, and that is on a light mode. That motherfucker is a light motherfucker. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, sharp, just sharp. Like, we talked about a lot of stuff when I recorded him. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I would definitely just like to hang out with him for like some days and just make some music with some real music, like produce for him, because like his knowledge, his just perspective on how he handles things and how he moves. That shit is just it's nice. Like, you get what I'm saying? That shit is boy. It's not like how Terror Squad moved like crazy, and that's not like the comparison I'm trying to say, but like. When I be thinking about like rappers and how they be moving and stuff, like I like to think about Fat Joe. Like, bro, Fat Joe, you cannot touch Fat Joe. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you might can walk up and this, that, and the third, but like, you're not gonna do all that.
Yeah.
And just the knowledge. You know what? I have to take that back. I have to be Fat Joe. I have to be Fat Joe, and only because I know that nigga sat down with Fat Joe. I know he had to because he sat down with Jadakiss.
Yeah.
So I had to take that back. I'm sorry, Benny. I'm sorry. It has to be Fat Joe. And I actually met Fat Joe going to the BET Awards. No, we got stuck in Miami on a flight going back. He was trying to get to New York and I was trying to get to Atlanta. Or I was going to LA for the BET Awards and I ran into him and I met his dude Talk or something like that. And I gave him a story about my family and our history. And he just kind of looked at me. I thought he was gonna kill me, but he was just like, nah. He was like, get information and get da 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 da. And he took beats and shit. And some of my producers have worked with him through other people, but it would have to be fucking Fat Joe because he's just like, it's almost bad to say, but if he reaches out to you and you know you're doing some dumb shit, you probably about to crash.
Yeah.
Like, so it would have to be Fat Joe.
What's up? So we've been on for a minute. I
Yeah.
do want to yeah, give give yo where people can find you at.
Y'all can find me at produced by Posta. That's Posta. Actually, that's wrong. It's produced by Posta. All caps. Posta. A lot of people get that messed up. So you can find me there on Instagram, produced by Posta, on all social media platforms, YouTube. And just tap in with me. I'm looking to work with any and everybody. And if your shit is hot, we're gonna put that shit on some vinyl, i.e. Pro Tools, and we're gonna slap that shit together. We're gonna send that guy out, get a few million streams. That's my thing, is like I like making money with this music stuff because it's fun. When you really like understand the machine, like I'll be watching this machine and how it run, and I think like a lot of times I feel like I'm supposed to get a deal with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and they don't know what the fuck I'm doing to get this without, like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I have like an analytical standpoint to where I could pull up and be like, well, when I do this on this and do this and that, this happened on this, that, and the third. Like, you get what I'm saying? They be like, all right, folks, we just keep doing you. We gonna come fuck with you. When you get what I'm saying? We gonna come, like, it just sound like just some foreign shit. But it's just like, I just know, and it works for me. Like, I be trying to use my method and trying to, you get what I'm saying? But if it doesn't match or anything like that, like, it just won't work. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Energy.
So that's how y'all tap in with me, man. I'm here.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me. We're gonna have to have you on again because I feel like there's so much more we could talk about.
Oh yeah, we can go on. Listen, we gotta have
Exactly.
the app. We gotta have the app, the other one where we can have Drake's up.
Oh no, for
Like,
sure.
you get what I'm saying?
All day.
We gotta have the one up so we can really talk. Cause I know. Listen, man, I got some stories.
Yes, definitely. But thank you so much. People follow him.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
Listen, no. Thank you. Like, this is amazing. I always, I never thought that, I never thought I was be doing a podcast one, and I never thought that I'd be on here really being able to talk to different people and just hear their stories and see what they've gone through or see what they're doing now, and so it's kind of like a full circle feeling in a sense, like kind of feel whole. So I appreciate any and everybody that comes on here and wants to get on. Usually I end my podcast with my outro music, but I'm actually going to end it with your song 797.
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah, just hold on one second.
And I'm gonna have to get off because my phone about to die on you.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you up in a little bit as soon as I get back to the crib because I gotta go wrestle.
For sure, I'll shoot you my number.
Okay, bro. I appreciate the opportunity. Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.